I just want to talk to you for a few minutes about a book I recently read and reviewed called Irreversible Damage by Abigail Shrier. It talks about the rapid increase in gender dysphoria in prepubescent and adolescent girls. It has skyrocketed in the last decade or so. You can pretty much track it to when the smartphone came out. And if you know any parents, you know that the smartphone or the tablet, whichever, sort of acts as a babysitter. And many of these things are not actually banned from YouTube for children to see because that would be hateful, wouldn't it? So, it's a good read, and the review that I wrote for it is located on feministfallacy.com. Please go check it out. It will give you much more information than what I'm giving you in this short video. But I do want to let you know that this is indeed an epidemic, and it appears contagious because girls are like that. If one of them changes their hairstyle, pretty soon they all do. When I was a kid, we all had perms. We had bangs up to here. It's what girls do. Well, now they're doing the trans thing. Why? Why are they doing the trans thing? Why, from 2016 to 2017, did trans surgeries for girls quadruple? Quadruple. Why? Why, from 2008 to 2018, did girls wanting trans treatment, including surgeries and hormones and such, why did it go up 4,400%? 4,400% in a decade. Well, 2018, 2008, smartphone came out in 2007. It's access to this sort of, can't even call it information because it's not true, but it's access and exposure to things that they should never see, options that should never be options, in my opinion. I hold very conservative views. I don't think that transgenderism is a thing. I think it is a mental disorder the way it was always categorized until very recent history. These young girls are going through what all of us young girls have gone through since the beginning of time. It's a tumultuous time in life. We don't understand who we are. We're discovering who we are. We're discovering our opinions. We're changing a lot physically. We're starting to get attention from men. And it's often not welcome right away. We're not like, yay, I have boobs now. And yay, that's not how we respond. We wear, big sweatshirts and we're uncomfortable. And there even gets to be a little bit of self-hatred involved. Now, you add feminism and the extreme it's gotten to into the mix, and that self-hatred is fueled by feminism. Feminists don't like women. They don't like traditional women, and that is what a woman is. They will refer to a woman, who has had several children as just an incubator, when that was the original accusation that they'd make of men. That, well, what do you think I am, just like a walking uterus and an incubator? No, men ever said that. It's women who have said that about other women. So if you're a young girl and you are like, I like the frilly things, but I'm not really supposed to. So then you're like, no, I don't like pink. I only wear black. I've known kids like this in my personal life, where they reject things feminine because accepting feminine things, there's something wrong with that. And they get that from movies and, just all media. And the other thing is, it's the same for trans adults. Being a member of a victim group, well, it's all the rage these days. when you're a member of a victim group, you're kind of immune to criticism, because anyone who criticizes you is a bigot and full of hate. And they don't even have to criticize you. All they have to do is ask a question. That's it. So if you're 13 or what have you, whatever age this, happens, some girls go through puberty at 16, some now as early as 9, which makes them even more uncomfortable around their peers. They're shying away from a traditional female role and traditionally things that women enjoy and like. Or some of them are what we would call back in the day tomboys. And they think, oh no, there's something wrong with it. So if you do like pink and all the girly stuff, there's something wrong with that, because those things are wrong, because being female and feminine is wrong. And I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth right now, because that is what the feminists do. And if you're a tomboy and you don't like dresses and stuff, well, that's okay. Now you've got a community. Now you've got an explanation. You're not weird anymore. Feminism has screwed up the traditional roles that were intended for men and women so much that our kids are chopping off body parts and taking hormones that will most likely render them infertile. And the parents are being encouraged to go along with it, support it by any means, or the child will likely kill themselves. That is what the teachers, the counselors, the doctors, that is what they tell the parents. The parents get so afraid. What is it they say? Wouldn't you rather have an alive boy than a dead girl? There's a bit more to it than that. It's a bit more complicated. You cannot take a young girl with angst and narrow it down to one issue and oversimplify it. You just can't. But they are, and they're doing it. They're administering testosterone. They're administering medications to stop puberty in girls and probably render them infertile. Between 60 and 90% of all gender dysphoric teens grow out of it. They grow out of the dysphoria. Because that's the time in your life when you're figuring out what do you like, what do you not like. But now with all the exposure to social media and all the influencers trying to attach meaning to it, to attach identity to it, that's the right word. Then you've got a lot of little girls thinking they're boys. And it's very similar to self-harm when they chop off their breasts, or a lot of them engage in cutting and stuff like that. It's depression and anxiety and a plethora of other issues that are not getting addressed because we're so quick to just jump right to the trans label. And everyone should read this book, because if you think this is where it ends, you haven't been paying attention. It's a crisis for our girls. So please go to feministfallacy.com and read the review that I wrote for the book. You'll find much more information than I covered here. And then please order the book for yourself.